everybody, welcome to the Crown Peach Show. I'm your host Chris, and with me today, actor, rapper, ex-stripper, Romeo Realz.
The Crown Peach Show.
Welcome to the Crown Peach Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Crown Peach Show. I'm just sitting here with a really good friend of mine, Mr. Romeo Realz. Thank you for being here.
We here together.
Finally, just right here, just us,
That's
right?
right.
And we're gonna just talk all about you.
I thought it was about us.
No, it's not about us. It's all about you. You're in the hot seat today.
Okay, let's talk about me, baby.
Okay, Romeo. So you've been here how many times to my studio?
I think probably like 3 times.
Yeah. 3 times, right? 3 times on camera, people. Don't be adding no rumors.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
And then for dinner, there was other stuff, but that don't count.
Coffee.
Yeah, and those don't count.
All of the above.
Yeah.
So the first time I met you, you were here. We were talking about Sam's Cry.
That's right.
That's right. Was that the first movie you did?
I think that's the first role I actually did have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that was the first movie. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, it was. I think so.
That's
that's
awesome.
crazy.
Okay, but
That's
we're gonna back
wild.
it up. We're gonna back it way up. We want to talk about Little Romeo.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So where were you born?
I was born in San Jose, California.
Nice.
I'm from the Bay Area.
From the Bay Area. That's
Yeah.
right. Remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
Because of one of your music videos.
Yeah.
You throw
Born in the
homage-
Bay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Born in the Bay. Okay.
Born in the Bay.
Were you born and raised there?
I wasn't raised in the Bay. I would come back and forth as a young kid because my dad was from up north and my mom was from down south, and they would go back and forth trying to figure out what they was going to do. They was young. They had me. I think they was 15.
Wow. When they had
14 and 15 when my mom had me.
you. How did they meet?
Cause my dad was a player. He was coming back and forth doing this thing, you know, and they fell in love. They have a good story about how they fell in love, and you know, it's one of those things that like a Romeo Juliet type of thing.
It sounds
you know?
like it, the South and the North.
Well, you know, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, back in the days, it was something totally different. So for some type of relationship like that, and my dad's Puerto Rican, so you know, and my mom's Mexican.
Okay.
So that was even another thing that ended up being one. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Are they still together?
No, they're not. My dad's actually in prison. He's on his 29th year in prison, and my mom has married my stepfather that actually I grew up with, and he's actually from Grape Street, Los Angeles, and I mostly grew up in San Gabriel Valley.
Okay.
You know, that's where I kind of like mostly touched down. You know, born in the Bay, raised in LA, going through all Los Angeles County.
Yeah.
You know, but mostly like where I started adapting to like who I am, San Gabriel Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, big time.
So how old were you when your dad got put in
I think
prison?
probably maybe like 4 or 5. So I didn't have a relationship with
Do you have
him.
any memories of him at all?
Yeah, they're pretty crazy ones. That's crazy that you ask. The best one would be him giving me a Kit Kat, right? Something totally like innocent.
Yeah.
Right. But then the other one is seeing my dad do things like putting things in mailboxes and getting money from other people, and you know, so you know, but that lifestyle, and you're young, and then and you start realizing what that situation was.
Yeah,
and
you
so
don't know at the time.
Yeah.
You're
So
just like, my dad's a mailman.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
Yeah, and then you
We're
go
going to
and you're like,
work with my dad.
You see that same scene in a movie and you're like, hey.
Yeah,
hey,
he didn't
my
have
dad
a
was
uniform at all.
There was no dog.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
So that was that kind of situation. Like my memories from my father is something like that. Like they're not really like so, but they're not things that I ever like say like they're like bad or good or anything like that.
They just were life.
They were just life situations.
Yeah. And so he's on his 29th year.
29th year, but the thing is, he got paroled a week and a half ago. So it takes a long process, but he is getting released off his 29 years plus now.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's pretty crazy because everybody says we're the same person. We are, you know, he has the same type of humor. You talk to him right now, you wouldn't think that you're talking to somebody that's been incarcerated over 29 years. You think you're talking to somebody that has like one of the best sense of humors or the most dopest personalities that you've ever met. And that's who my dad is. And I like to think that that's where I got from him.
Yeah, it's in your
and
DNA.
Yeah, so that's what, you know, so I'm excited to see like another man just like myself have ambition and just to see what he wants to do after 29 years. You got to understand this man probably got so many ideas and so many plans to what he wants to do, and I can't wait to just help him out with stuff like that.
I love that. That is
big time.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Nobody's asked me stuff like that. So
I didn't know that about you. So have you guys been able to keep like in contact this whole time?
Yeah.
And like,
well, we didn't have a really good relationship just because like as a kid you hear one side of the story and then you don't get the other side of the story, and then you turn into an adult and you're like, I could make my own decisions. So my decisions as an adult were to be there for both of them no matter what, because at the end of the day my dad got incarcerated in the early 80s, the mid 80s, where people were getting life sentences galore. And maybe
for the
not
smallest of things.
For the smallest of things. So how can I blame him for being who he is or not being who he is? And he never really got a chance, and vice versa, like with him on me, but as far as not being there for him as a son, and then the relationship I have with my mom, I just feel like I could be there for both of them right now, and now we do have a cool relationship.
That's awesome.
It wasn't always there, but we do have one now.
Yeah. The past really, it doesn't matter. It's today forward. Do you know what I mean? Yesterday is gone.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do anything about yesterday, but I'm excited for this next chapter in your life with your dad.
No, I appreciate that big time.
Because, I mean, imagine, like, you are so ambitious and such a go-getter. Imagine two of you, what you guys can accomplish.
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
That's what's crazy.
I feel like that's why we're kind of like, you know, kindred spirits, you and I, because my daughter's been in and out of her whole life, in and out of prison her whole life.
That's right.
And her and I together now, like, she's my ride or die. Like, you see these bricks? Like, we laid these bricks together.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. She said one by one, one by
we were
one.
in here hanging this up, and she was like, girl, if you fall off that ladder, I'm going to be in so much trouble, Mom. Get down, you know.
But that's cool, though.
That same energy, you know what I mean? And it's like,
that's love.
We can't fault them. They're our people. You know? And they did what they did. But like her, I mean, you would, same thing like your dad, you would meet her and be like, no way, she was in prison for this, for that, you know, you just, they're our people.
Which is cool because they're strong people.
Yes.
You got to understand, if they didn't break them inside, and they're out here doing what they want to do and they still have that type of mind, then you got to take it for what it is and be like, man, I still got somebody that's there. You know, fully.
I'm so excited. He was so young when he had you, so he's still young.
Yeah, so he's still tripping. So he's going to come out and he's going to be like, what? I
can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, it's cool. We'll bring him over here. His name's Andrew as well. Andrew Martin. Actually, you know what? That's another thing. I was adopted, so my real name's something totally different. So totally. Yeah. So yeah, he's a.
So you were adopted by
my stepdad. Yeah.
Okay, that's sweet.
Which was cool because that's a whole different chapter too as well, where he had to be able to be okay with it. You know what I mean? So
did your mom go on to have more children?
She had I have a smaller brother, a younger brother, and Danny, that my stepdad with my mom had with my stepdad, and then I have a stepbrother and a stepsister.
Nice.
But my dad does have a son out there, so but I haven't met him, and he's probably like a year younger than me. And we haven't met, so that's even another person.
Are you looking for him?
I haven't been looking for him. I hope that we could like sooner or later meet. I'm pretty sure he's rapping out there or doing something that people are. Yeah.
He's a mini version of you and your dad. He's doing something.
So
entrepreneur.
I just hope that, I guess his mom doesn't really like have too many connections with the other side of the family, so they haven't been able to he probably doesn't know how to even start to really connect.
Do you know if he knows even about you?
No. I barely found out. I barely found out like a few years ago. You know, so to me that was wild, you know. Because I'm like, if there's somebody that got some type of blood or they think the same type of way that I do, then I would love to meet them, you know, just
that's what I like about you, because not everybody's like that. Do you know what I mean? Me and you are like, the more the merrier. But there's some other people who are like, wait, what do you mean you have another kid, Mom? Or, you know what I mean? Like, wait a minute.
Wait, hold on.
I would love it if I had some more like actual siblings. I have half sisters, but like if my mom was like, actually, there's one more of you out
well,
there.
we're not splitting like inheritance. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're just trying to figure out, oh, you're messed up too? Oh.
Let's work together.
Oh, this is why. There's more of us. I knew it.
I know. Yeah, I always tease my mom, like, tell me my dad is like some big kahuna in Hawaii somewhere, you know, but Okay, thank you so much for sharing that with me.
I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, because it's important. Like we talked about this off camera, that it is important who we are today, but it's also important, especially for our younger generation that are watching us, like watching me do my show, watching you do your clothing line, your music, your acting, to know that we have a past too.
Yeah, big time.
We overcame some things too, and not every day is a good day for me and you, even to this day. Like right now, a moment ago, we were talking to ourselves.
Yeah, no, for sure. Still,
we were in the same room but having different conversations with ourselves.
It's crazy that I'm still talking to myself right now.
Right? I feel like I'm talking to myself too. Okay, so you grew up mainly in San Gabriel, correct?
San Gabriel Valley.
San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah, I went to high school in Rosemead High School.
All right, dope. Okay.
So I like to say that because that's one of the cities that, like, I think I grew the most. Yeah, like I got to find myself and who I was, and like as far as like artistry, I was doing music at a young age, like in high school. So and I was doing music with people around me in high school, and that was there in Rosemead. So I like to say, like, born in the Bay but raised in LA, but Rosemead is where like my heart is. You know what I mean? So I love it out there.
I think I like that you said you found yourself there. You know what I mean? You got to know yourself more.
Yeah.
Okay. I also want to tell our audience that Romeo has also served our country. Thank you for that.
Appreciate that.
How did that happen? When did that come to be?
Oh, that's a crazy story as well. I ended up actually trip out. Did so good in school. I was doing well. Had a couple problems that it led me to have to make a decision, and I got in trouble, and the options were jail or to go to the Navy.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice.
And so and that's a true story, and a lot of people know that because I got in trouble in high school, and it was a big thing because before that I was in football. My little brother had a problem in high school. He was younger than me, and I was away. We were still in high school together, but I have been at the recording studio. I was already recording, and he got into it with some kids at school, and I was gone. And in order for me to catch up, I had to do some things. And when I showed up, there was a lot of people there, and to intimidate a lot of people, there was things there, and I had stuff, and that's what ended up happening.
So you showed up and had your brother's back.
Yeah, I had my brother's
back. And
back.
Had to make that decision.
Yeah, I had to make the decision, and that's what ended up happening. So like, my parents never were really like tripping about that situation because they knew I always had my brother's back.
Yeah, it was
and that's what it was. That's why I ended up going to the Navy. And
what made you choose that branch out of all the branches?
Because I didn't want to shoot.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to shoot. I didn't want to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, what are the chances of me surviving right now? Because you got to understand, I joined 2005. So this is like after 9/11. So I'm in the middle of wartime. Yeah. So, and this is not an option that I was like, yeah, I want to serve my country for sure right now. This is what I want to do. It was just it was something that was on my plate, and
it was presented to you, A or B.
And at the end of the day, it wasn't really like it was not you didn't have to really like be a brain surgeon to realize that was the decision that you needed to make, and I did. And
did you end up having to shoot?
Yeah, you know what I did? I shot, but it was type of like you got trained and stuff like. But what I meant is that I knew I didn't want to go shoot nobody, and like fight in this war that I had nothing. I didn't know nothing about, right? So that was the plan that I had, right?
Yeah.
Soon as I went to boot camp and they break you down, I knew I wanted to be there for all my friends. I wanted to protect the United States of America. Yeah. So it was one of those things that you go in as a little boy and you think that you know everything, and you're like, okay, I'm the man and I can rock with this. I don't care. The only reason I'm here is because I only had the last option to be here. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that was a little boy talking, and boot camp ended up turning me into a man where I came out and I was like, you know what? I have a purpose and I have something to do right now.
And I want to be here.
And I want to be here. I totally did.
Wow.
I did. I do. I love the Navy. I love everything about America and everything that America gave me, like to be here right now.
Yeah.
Like to be able to do what I'm doing, the freedom that I have right now. Like if I didn't go do what I did back then, I wouldn't be living the way I live now. And I really appreciate even being in a bad circumstance and America giving me a chance to overcome that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Sometimes those doors that slam shut, are for another door to open. And you never know where that other door is going to lead you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for serving our country.
Appreciate you.
Even though it was like a
plan. Yeah, you know.
but I love that you're honest about that.
You know, I have to.
Like, honesty, like, you know, because sometimes, like you said, you know, you're like, I didn't want to go. But then when I got there, you know, I love the honesty and the rawness of it.
Yeah, because if not, then the next kid that's going through the same circumstance that I was in, or or their parents know, or they hear the story, they're going to be like, wait, you changed your life doing that, then maybe I could change his life by giving him.
Yeah, it's never too late. Yeah. It's never too late to you know, change the chapter or change the direction of where your story's going. You know, even at an older age, you know, you can make the right decision. So you get back from the Navy.
Yeah.
Then what? What happens after? Did you go into music or into acting, clothing line?
I get back from the Navy, and I'm not mature yet. Per se, because everybody back at home already partied at their local clubs, or they dated 4 or 5 people within these 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And they've lived life from 18 to 22. Me, I was overseas. I was in Thailand, Japan, Korea, you know, China.
You weren't having that frat boy life.
I was having the frat boy life, though, the real one, the one that was cross seas doing stuff that was random, right? Wow. So when I came back, I still had that mentality. I still had that mentality. The Navy really like gave me that. See, I would tell you, oh, it was a good time, but I came back with the same way that the military put into me. So I came back really partying hard.
Wow.
Super hard. Like if I was in Thailand, like all the time, every day, no matter what.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. So you want the honest truth? When I got back, it really messed with my mind. Like I really didn't know who I was. I wasn't mature enough to be.
That party
I wanted to be like that. So when people were coming down from their 4 years of learning of the little clubs and whatnot, I was barely in there. Like let's go in there even more, because now I'm doing it in America. Before I was doing it with sailors, with homeboys, and random ladies from different countries, and now we're back in the States where people are like, I know you, remember, you know? And it's like, so it kind of was wild. So like the first, like, I want to say like 4 or 5 years were basically like me trying to adapt to society and trying to like figure out exactly what I was going to do. Like, as far as just life, because the military was like, you go from having no foundation to them being everything for you, right? And then you come out and then you don't have nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, you're on your own.
You're on your own. So now I'm 22, and I don't know near how to really like talk to anybody without being intoxicated or talking to them with cuss words, or just and just, you know, just doing whatever I want to do, and
saying whatever you want to say.
What I want to say. So that's how it really was. So who I am right now is not who I was back then, and that's how I came out as. And I had a lot of problems. I didn't even know what I was going to do, you know. So the music was more like it was more like an identity crisis. It was like, this is who I was when I left. This is who, you know.
Let me try this again, right?
Try this again, and let me do this thing, you know. But when I was doing it, it was from an ego standpoint, because it wasn't from like, let me go ahead and do this from a marketing standpoint or as a business standpoint. I was like, let me just be popular, let me just be famous, let me rock this youth, let me do, you know, they like me being ratchet, I'm gonna be out here ratchet, I'm gonna do that. And that's basically what it was. So
it wasn't for the love of music, right?
It wasn't for the love of music. It was just because that's all I really had, was because I had like dancing, music, and stuff like that.
What kind of dancing, Romeo?
Well, in high school I used to pop lock and stuff like that.
The girls want to know.
But, right?
Yeah.
So trip out on this. So when I first got out of the Navy, so when I was all you know, messed up, I was like, I still could dance. So I was in Hollywood doing choreography. I was teaching classes, and I had side gigs as a Chip and Dale. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I started doing that, which I found out that wasn't really my cup of tea. It was just one of those things where I was like, okay, cool, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I can't do this. You know, like I was, you know how like you have the good strippers, and then you have the strippers that are like, yeah, I do this, like. But then you have the ones that are like, yeah, I have a Benz, I got this house, and I'm doing. Yeah, I was the one that was like, I'm barely paying for my cell phone bill. You know? Yeah.
Oh my God, we're gonna take a really quick break. During this break, you guys are gonna get to see what Romeo Realz is all about today, ladies. You're not gonna see any stripping on this break, okay? But you're gonna see what this guy is all about today. We'll be right back.
What happened to you? Over here looking like Bruce. And you got Slim from 112 over here? But check this out. This is what I do. Take your shirt off, bro.
Oh, the man, though?
Look at this.
All right.
I'm the #1 trainer in this whole city.
To you.
And if you ain't know, now you know, greedy. But check this out. I got time to go ahead and chit-chat with y'all. We got to go ahead and go on stage right now and go ahead and destroy y'all.
All right,
let's go, man.
Bye.
Come on. See y'all later.
Bye.
Fat
Bye.
boy.
Okay, we are back with Romeo Realz. And ladies, before we talk about his dancing, we're going to play a little game I like to play here with certain people. And you're one of those people.
That's fine.
It's called First Thoughts, okay? So I'm going to read you a word.
Okay.
And you have to give me your first thought. No counting to 10, no phoning a friend, no A, B, or C, okay? Just
ready,
the first thing that pops in your head.
All
Ready? #1, your first word is crunch.
Ooh, pop.
Fire.
Steak.
Okay. Gram.
Sexy.
What? Okay. #4, cookies.
Sexy.
And #5, twins.
Sexy.
Oh my God. Okay, give me your first 5 words.
Let's go. And that's why I said that. All right. Cream.
Pie.
Really? Already?
That's the first thing that popped in my mind. Sorry.
Could have been a cream pop. Cream pop.
Cream pie. I don't
Cream
know.
pie. Okay, cool. All right. Top.
List.
Ooh. Liar.
Pants on fire.
Ooh, okay, cool. All right. Ready? Cheater.
Sometimes.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Is the last one, right?
Yeah.
I got 5.
5.
Hater.
We all have them.
Ooh. Hey, I liked all yours.
Okay, here's your #6.
All right.
Mantra.
Don't even know what that is.
Okay. #7, Sandy. Just say it, fool.
She's gone. She's
gone.
She's done. She's done.
Okay, #8, female.
Love them.
Cakes.
Love them.
Labor.
Don't do it.
Okay, what are your next ones?
All right, ready?
Yes.
Broke.
Like a joke.
Never.
Never say never.
That's right. Lust.
Woo, sexy.
All right. Deceiver.
Don't like them.
That's right. Inevitable.
Inevitable. I don't know. I know what that word means, but I don't know. Inevitable. Edible.
That's right. Inevitable,
Okay.
edible.
Was that all your words?
Those are all mine.
Thank you for playing that game with
We got
me.
it. Yours were wild. Your answers are wild.
Well, I think I chose like 7 of them, and then I did like I tapped in a friend, a comedian friend.
Yeah, but the first one was yours.
Yes. Okay.
That's the only
All right.
one.
We're gonna go back to your dancing just really quick for our ladies
Let's do it.
because Romeo has some moves, and he used those moves to pay for the cell phone bill, right?
Yeah.
So, how long did you do that?
Get my moves paid
long
for my cell phone.
Yeah. How long were you using your booty to pay your cell phone bill?
Ooh, that's a different question.
Oh,
That's a
true,
different
girl.
question.
Last night.
Right? Wait, it goes
Okay.
on the 15th.
So let's rephrase that.
You dancing? I think dancing paid for stuff to like, I want to say 2009, 2010, 2011.
Well, damn.
Yeah, 2000, like about like 2000 when I, yeah.
You made a
2000.
little career out of it for a minute.
It was a hustle.
Yeah.
It was that lifestyle is like a little, you know, But
I think you said it there. Like, in order to be that person with the house and the Benz and like the school paid off,
you gotta be on
it has to be a lifestyle.
Yeah, it has to start turning into like you gotta like wanna do it. You gotta like doing it. You just gotta it just gotta be a part of your life, and you gotta adapt to it like 100% for it to be like that's lucrative. Your one. Yeah, for sure. Because if not, then you'll be like me. Like some days I'm like, no, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah, I'm too clumsy to be a stripper. I'm too clumsy. It wouldn't be cute.
Like one finger, like here comes 1 foot to the stage.
1 toe at a time. Yeah. I do have like a stripper song. I don't know why. I'm like, if I was ever, I have a song that I'm like, that would be my song.
What would it be?
It's by X Ambassadors and it's called Jungle.
How's it go?
I don't know, but
just do it. Like do the beat. Do the beat.
The beat is I can't do the beat. It's really really good because I could picture myself like. I'm clumsy as fuck. In my fantasy.
In your head?
In my head.
It's smooth.
It's like it like
what's
the
that
high
actress?
heels hit the beat. Do you know what I mean? Like the stripper shoes hit the beat. When in reality I'd be like breaking an ankle. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
But yeah,
in my head it looked good though. In my head it looked good. I think that's what my whole career was like. So when you ask me like how was your career, I'm gonna be like magnificent.
It looked great.
I was dancing my ass off.
Right, we felt
Everybody was throwing dollars. I could have made fortunes. It's not the life for me.
I just want something different. I want
my kids to be proud of me.
Okay, so from that lifestyle of dancing and paying for the cell phone bills into music.
Yeah.
When did you start taking the music seriously and like putting music out there and music videos out there?
What was crazy is that I didn't think of that until I got into my first mixtape that ended up being produced by TY Exclusive. Nice. And it actually got hosted by CC the Mamacita.
Nice.
So when like a lot of times we do things as artists and we're like, I hope it just gets like some type of grasp,
recognition,
or anything. And that was my first project, and I knew right there, like I knew once I got back and I did that and I went professional and I paid for a professional studio, I paid for beats and I made sure that I did it the right way. And I had the Guap City, which was CC the Mamacita's is man right now. They might as well just be married. But but
shout out to her.
Shout out to CC the Mamacita and Guap City. They took care of me, and I knew right off that like that project, Born in the Bay, Raised in LA, was gonna do something cool. She played a couple songs on the radio. We got a little traction, and I just knew like this is what I kind of want to do. But I really went into it full force after that whole era of I want to call it my F-boy time, right?
Yes.
Where I was just doing dumb things and not being inconsiderate of.
You were just being young and wild and rediscovering, I think, who you were after the Navy.
Yeah, which is not always cool though. You know what I'm saying? It's not always cool. It's not always the right thing to do, and it's not like I wish I could take back a lot of things in a lot of like situations. But yeah, man, that was where I was like the only thing I really do have, because I don't have nothing really now, so like I could rap. People know, they love when I rap. They love when I
you definitely have like a flair to you and
I appreciate
flavor to
that.
You for sure.
And that's all I had. So I'm like, yo,
how do I make money on this?
Yeah, so I knew that acting was a thing. The dancing was always a thing that led me to the acting, because the facial expressions and whatnot when you're dancing out in Hollywood.
You're definitely a character, even without like the cameras rolling. Do you know what I mean? Just in real life.
That's.
Let me tell you,
man, I love being that.
Romeo on your show, on your podcast, on your whatever, because he brings a whole vibe and energy with him.
Because we was doing this behind, like, we're not even filming, we're still talking.
I know. Yeah.
100.
And now he's gonna be in the neighborhood.
That's right. We're moving out to the Orange County.
Yes. And my studio's in the Orange County, just because you guys didn't know, and I live in Orange County.
That's right.
You're gonna be seeing Romeo, in the Peach Studios a lot.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, I foresee that.
Okay, good.
I know that. I want that. I've been wanting that for a while.
Well, you like food, and we always have food.
Yeah, no, she's like, stop by. What's he doing over here?
Are you there? What you got in the studio today? What you cooking?
Hey, I just spent all my money on rent.
I need to eat now. Now that you're in the OC.
Yeah, OC here, like, this just goes to rent.
You're not gonna be going out to eat a lot anymore now.
You're just like
that OC life now.
meal prepping.
Meal prepping because it's cool, not because I have to. But okay, so acting, because that's how I met you. Sam's Cry.
Yeah, Sam's Cry.
Yeah, that was one of your first.
Yeah, I think it
roles.
was the first. I don't recall anything else. I think you know what happened was I was shooting like 2-3 things at the same time, and that's when
you were shooting Workout, right?
Workout Partners, and that. So which is I like Angel Ray and Very Good Films are they're two different families that I can't believe that I'm attached to, because no matter what, they love me and they're always going to try to attach me to whatever they do.
Yes.
And it's like being a part of like Adam Sandler's crew in the beginning process. Yeah. So I'm like, hell yeah.
That's
like,
how I feel with Angel Ray too. You know what I mean?
And I don't even care if it's not even like, if somebody out the pocket's like, no, it's not even that. I'm like, in my heart, in my head. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, it does. Because you know what, she's a vibe in herself and an energy in herself, and so creative.
Yeah.
And so much energy for the arts, for any kind of arts. You know what I mean?
I just had a phone call with her like last week, and it was a powerful phone call, and I just love how like she's so ambitious, and she's just so like she don't have no filter. She's gonna let you know right off back what she wants to do and how she wants to do it, and her vision. And it's like, if you don't see it, and if you don't like understand it, then I feel sorry for you. But if you do, bro, like, come on,
get ready.
Let's go.
Get ready. Get ready for a ride.
Yeah, that's what it is.
A very fun, creative carnival ride. Do you know what I mean? With people getting on and getting off.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's fine. Do you know
and
what I mean?
we're on the same train, which leads us to this next thing that we got cracking on as well.
We do. But first, tell me, what's the name of your role in Sam's Cry?
In Sam's Cry, you know what? This is gonna go back 4 rows now, so I'm not gonna know the exact name of my actual.
I think you play a really good friend to Sam. Correct? Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I play Sam's friend. We're actually in the facility where Sam actually does go through his trauma. I don't want to put too much out there, but he goes through his traumas, and I'm one of the first guys he meets in that facility, and I have some interactions with him and a female, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that visualize. I see everything that happens to him.
Wow.
I have the phone calls.
And not giving too much away, but how did that feel, being part of such a powerful movie that's a true story? And we encourage you guys to look it up, Sam's Cry.
Sam's Cry.
How did that feel, being part of that, bringing all that to life?
Yeah, it's different because like I've done the comedy, you know, I've done the skits and all that stuff, and the music, and everything has been a role play type of ordeal, or like imaginary. Yeah. But when you hear somebody's real story and you know that this is like, bro, like this is somebody's life, and you're powerful. Like, you're playing somebody that was a part of their life and all that. So it's like you take it more serious, and you're like, oh man, like this is what real acting is, because it's not an imaginary role that I'm playing, or a character that I'm just boosting up, or I could make better. I'm actually playing this guy's friend that's seen him go through this. Yes. You know, so it just hits you different, because you're like, it's not a role, bro. It's actual real life. Do you feel
like you had like a little bit more pressure because it was a true story?
Yeah. No, I had super more pressure because it was like my first time that I didn't smile. I didn't do nothing like different. It wasn't like the typical Romeo Realz.
Which I'm sure is hard for you. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like,
you just wake up like, ding.
Yeah, you know, and I want to be like, I wanted to tell jokes, and I would be like, hey, this is not the funny time, guys, though. You know, you're like, nah, you get it. Like, it's like one of those things that you're like, okay, cool.
But everybody I talk to says that you and brought the funny and the funny and the fun to the set, to behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? To break that.
You know what the funny part is that we had that vibe already, but the seriousness was because I already knew he took this shit serious. Yeah. I already knew he did.
Yes, he does.
So for me to be around him and for him to already vibe with me, I was like, I'm not going to mess this up. Yeah. I'm not going to even mess it up for anybody that ever give me a chance.
For sure. But it was good for you guys to, what they say is, it was good for you guys to be on set to break up that seriousness, that heavy of the movie, and then have you guys being funny off, behind the scenes.
But I think that we was that, like, those serious type of guys that were like, bro, this is where we need to like be soft and be cool and just really take it to the next place. And then I was ready.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for that to premiere.
I'm just ready. I'm ready. I can't wait for all of us to just like really go to this whole road. It's like, because it's barely beginning.
It is the beginning for a lot of us.
It's crazy.
Sure. So then after Sam's Cry, and kind of you said simultaneously during the same time you were filming Workout Partners.
So I got a role with Very Good Films, and they're located in Cleveland, Ohio, which is crazy because like as I'm not like, you know, I'm from the Bay Area. I'm in San Gabriel Valley at the time. You know, I'm in West Covina at the moment. Oh no, I was in Whittier at the moment, right? And it's a DM. It's a DM from him. You know, he's like, I'm writing this movie. I want you a part of it.
For it?
I didn't. I've never auditioned for anything that I've ever done.
You lucky dog.
I've never auditioned for anything.
Okay.
Which is not me being like trying to like. I'm just saying, the reason why I've been in some of these movies was because they handpicked the fact that they wanted me to do some in particular for that type of movie.
You have that look that they're looking for,
and that's what,
right?
like, that's what. And then I told my mom. She always told me, "Your looks are not going to take you far."
You're all, look,
Mom, I'm about to be 37 and still going.
Right. And the gram,
baby mom. Just like, well, shout out to
oh my gosh, that's so cool. So you got that movie role from that. How fun was that being on that? Because that's a comedy, right?
Yeah, that's a super comedy. And what was dope is just like it's a mostly all black film, and I play that. You know, like you see one of them movies where you see an all black cast and a Latino in it, and he's like, I play that, and I loved it, and I wanted it. I wanted those type of those roles where I could stand out, and I wanted people to be like, you know what, he could do these and he could do that. So I play myself. I play a Puerto Rican in Cleveland. I play somebody that does a gym type of ordeal.
I think I've seen one of the trailers, and they're at the movie theater, and you pop up in the background.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Yeah, it's super funny.
So funny. Do you think? Okay, so what did you like more? Did you like being the comedic role, which is more yourself, your personality, or playing, you know, the role in Sam's Cry where it's serious?
I think that the Sam's Cry, it leads you to be like, oh, are you good at doing something different?
Something different than your natural personality, right?
Yeah. So it's like, all right. So it's like as a performer, you want to like always, as an artist, you always want to have something. You never want to be comfortable. Yeah. Well, me per se, like, I never want to ever feel like, oh, this is my daily job and this is what I'm always going to do. Like, it's always something like thrilling. Like, it's something like, man, okay, I'm playing
something that forces you to grow, right?
It has to. You have to. You got to do something different.
How much you think you're going to grow in this theater, you know, performance that we're both going to be in?
That's right.
With Angel Ray.
Right.
Called What It Is.
What It Is. I think that now it's taking everything that I've been through, and it's like putting it on like a live performance stage. Because I've done the performances, you know, I did the live like rapping stuff. Yeah. Which is something totally different with acting. So now you're like the rapping stuff was something that I felt like I was in. The acting was something like I was like, I love doing this stuff. So now you're doing the live performance with acting. Now it's kind of like, all right. So, but it's like, it's so out of my element, and it's like something that I've never even seen anybody do, or even like, or even thought about doing. So like now it's like, okay, cool. Like, so how do you prepare for it? Like, you know, so
I don't know. We're gonna find out together. Yeah, that's why. I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm like, you go first, Romeo.
But we have friends that do comedy, so like I kind of like think it's like, all right. Yeah. They don't know who the audience is.
They don't. They don't know.
So that's why.
And that's we're gonna go.
That's where we go. So that's why. That's the difference. Is like you go through these rap shows, and you're like, they like my music already. They're here.
They're here to see.
They're here to see me. Or like, I'm already in this movie. No one's there to see me. I'm just acting in it. But now you're like, I gotta act. I gotta kind of sing. I gotta do all that.
We gotta be animated. You know, on stage. Yeah, we're gonna go through it together.
Yeah, so it's a whole thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's a whole, like, you know. So it's like, I think this is gonna be one of those things. Like, oh, I was made for this, or like, this is the last time.
Listen, never mind. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so grateful and excited that you're going to be part of it too.
I'm excited. You're going to be a part of it.
Yeah, and if everybody knows the story behind it, like, I just wanted to be a tree full. I just wanted to be a tree on stage. Like, I was just so excited about the storyline and you know, what she was going to do with that original story.
That's right.
That I just wanted to be a tree. And then, you know, a couple months later, she's like, actually, I want you for this part. And I'm like, what?
And I think I think that's perfect, though, because like she
She's
knows what she wants.
Yeah. So she's very exciting, and it feels like we are on a Adam Sandler's crew.
Yeah,
the beginning. So
yeah, hopefully it grows like that.
For sure.
I'm down.
I know that you have that coming up next. Together, and we're gonna start rehearsals. I don't know, in a couple months or so. I think after Sam's Cry premiere is when we start rehearsals for that. What it is, theater performance. Oh my God, make sure you guys come out and see this hot mess, this duo.
Yeah, I know.
But do you have anything else coming up?
Yeah, you know what? We just shot this last weekend. We shot a car show with Very Good Films as well.
The movie, right?
Yeah, and they got some homeboys out from LA. It's a East Coast movie, and they end up. I could tell you what happened. So it's called Car Show. They got stuff going on over there in the East Coast, but they need a part, and obviously. Car show, lowriders. Where's the central of lowriders?
Yeah,
Los Angeles, California. So they got to come to Los Angeles, California, and who do they meet? They meet Carlos. They got the extra part. I'm him, and that's where we interact. But I'm just happy that they even gave me a little part in it. Like they just
you made an impression with the first movie.
Yeah, so. That's what I'm saying. Like and I love them for that, and I really appreciate them because like Cleveland's like my second home now because I've been there a few times now, and it's like it's cool. It's not the best weather, you know what I'm saying, but it's the people different. Are really cool.
Yeah. So where else has this journey taken you? I know you've overseas for the Navy.
That's right.
But where else have you gotten to see, given this journey, like this path, like the music and the acting and stuff?
So actually, you know what? Everything has led me back to going back to school, right? So, which gets me back to traveling again because I will be going to Spain to be learning, abroad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah, because you are in school.
I'm in school.
That's so cool.
I'm in school too. Yeah.
Well, you just wrapped up what semester was that? You like how many?
Summer. I did full time. I did summer. I've been full time this whole time that everybody's been seeing me do all these movies and stuff like that. I've been full time. This will be my first year. So this whole year that I've been shooting these movies and stuff, I've been full time.
Yeah, this is true because we tried to get you on the show so many times, and you're like, it's finals week. I'm like, go for it, because school is more important.
And that's what's crazy is that a lot of people would think that like I'm partying or I'll do something crazy, and I'm like, well, I probably am partying and stuff like that. Yeah, but it squeezes in between like finals and all that, and I'm really like dedicated to like getting my bachelor's in sociology.
Bachelor's in sociology, I love that.
Yeah, so
I love that.
That's what I want.
What do you plan on doing with that bachelor's in sociology?
Well, because I have Break the Chain, my clothing line.
That's right. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Oh my gosh, I was looking at this shirt here that you said is one of your favorites.
Oh yeah, my friend's.
Yeah, that's
we're trying to break
the
weed
chain
up.
Clothing line. That's right. Let's talk about that really quick before we go, because I love the name of it, Break the Chain Clothing Line. How did that happen? When did you create that?
Break the chain. So go back to my dad doing 29 years, and my mom going through what she was going through. I wanted to break the chain. So what did I do? I went to the Navy, right? No matter who you are, no matter what we've been through, you could always break the chain.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And that was always something that I always would put little notes. Break the chain,
Yeah, break the chain.
And no matter who you are, bro, like you could always break that.
It means the same thing as break the cycle.
Yeah, break the cycle. Same thing. Same thing.
It's a cooler name.
But just for me, it was just break the chain, because there's an old school song. It's by, and it's gonna come back to me, but it's called Break the Chain. Okay. You'll look it up.
We will look it up.
It's a really good song. But the words in it, there's a couple things in there. Anyways,
it speaks to you.
It's small, but it let me know, like, you got to break the chain.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
and you have already.
Yeah, well, I am. It's always we're not. It's a daily struggle to like, because we got to break them chains no matter what. We all have things that we always battle, no matter who you are. It could be the smallest thing, you know what I'm saying? From addiction to anything like this, or your relationship with God, or your relationship with your girl.
Yeah.
You got to break them habits that's not letting you be the person that you want to be happy.
Yeah.
And those
that's
are
what
things.
People end up in the same place, and it's like, because there's something that you're still doing that's the same, that's leading you back to the same exact situation.
Facts.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and but people don't have those cycles. You know what I'm saying? They won't go back to those things and be like, this is why. They'll be like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that's a chain that you gotta break. You know what I'm saying?
Break the chain.
Yeah.
I love it. Where can people buy your clothing line?
You could go on Break the Chain, Cartel, Big Cartel, or Break the Chain 626 on any social media. We got drops monthly. I got back stock that I'm always willing to give people, or you know, you reach out to me. Most of the clothes that I have, I give out for free. We do the 100 backpacks per year that we've been doing. This year's the only year that we didn't. We're delayed. We're not saying that we're not gonna do it. It's just it's delayed because the lady that I usually do it with, she's my hairdresser. She got into a new place, and we're just waiting for her to do her thing. That way we have a setup for her.
Yeah.
But we will do it. We're still doing it, and I continue to do it. They're at the house. So if anybody needs anything, hit me up at Break the Chain 626, and I'm willing to give any supplies to any kids that hit me up. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what's she gonna do with your hair now? Because it's
let it grow.
You're gonna let it grow.
Let it grow. Back to. No, we're gonna just focus on the craft and be like, you know what gig comes up next, or what we're gonna do, and focus on everything outside of just looks.
Yes.
That's what it is. Just focus other than looks. Let's get the paper on paper. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it really going on instead of just not really focusing on it, just letting it grow, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. It's going to go through that funky stage. I
can't
wait.
Is it going to go through?
I can't wait for it to be that funky stage.
What happened to you?
What's going on? Cha-cha-chia. Yeah. It's going to be that, I know, that funky stage for sure. I cut my hair, the shortest I cut it one time was like this. And it was a hot mess because my hair is naturally curly.
That's right. So it was just like, over there.
So if I take a shower and go to bed with my hair wet, I wake up like Medusa. Like it's like bing, bing, like all these crazy curls.
I got a bunch of hats.
Thank you. I might have to hook me up with a hat.
I got you.
Thank you so much, Romeo, for being here.
I appreciate you for having me.
This is not the first, and it's not gonna be the last time you guys see him on the Crown Peach show or any show that I'm part of.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Because I want to keep talking about you and what you have going on and the next chapter in your life. I'm excited for your dad to come back.
That's right, me too.
He's going to have to come on the show too.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and tell us about his journey for sure. So where can people follow you and see all the cool things that you're part of, and definitely your clothing line?
Well, you guys, everybody can follow me at RomeoRealz.com. Romeo Realz on IG. It's ROMEO.REALZ. And just follow me. Let me know who you are, because I really chop it up with everybody. I love talking to everybody. Let me know what you're going through, because I've probably been through it, and I'll probably give you some advice or help you go through it as well. So I'm here, man.
And that's true. He is a really down-to-earth, cool guy. So if you need anything, let him know or let me know. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, leave us a message. Send me a message as well in the DM. Keep it clean, and also keep it simple, sexy.
That's right.
And if you found you a bad one, never let her go. I learned from Uncle Snoop not to love these hoes. G-O-G-O, I ain't laying her go. N-O-N-O, I ain't playing with hoes. And if you found you a bad one, never let her go. I learned from Uncle Snoop not to love these hoes. You already know that I used to date